Okay, once again po, no, para sa mga kasama natin, tayo po ay nasa lesson 5 ng ating lesson, ang intersection of corporate social responsibility and social work. So tulad nga po ng sinabi natin kanina, ito po ngayon yung unang lesson po natin, yung lesson 4 ay intersection of the two important uh, theory in corporate world and the social work world, the stakeholder theory and the person and environment theory. No, dalawang bagay po. At ngayon po, ang atin namang pag-uusapan ay the corporate social intersection of the corporate social responsibility and social work. Let's now proceed to the introduction. Okay. So imagine the world, sabi po diyan, basahin natin mga ma'am and sir ha. Imagine the world where business don't just chase profit but also actively contribute to the well-being of the society. That is CSR. No? In our previous sessions, CSR is about companies taking responsibilities to their actions, not just making money but doing good in the process. So that is CSR. Now, let's bring another key player to this discussion, the social work. So as we all know, that social work is a profession and to help people function best they can in their environment. The social workers always strive to improve the quality of life of people. We are the champions of social justice and human rights, working tirelessly to empower individuals. So, our lesson objective for tonight is number one, to analyze and explain the relationship of CSR and its impact to solve key societal problems. Objective number two is to develop a sense of social responsibility and the role of businesses in contributing the community's well-being. And lesson number three, objective number three is we will create and present practical plan for a CSR project that addresses a specific societal issue. Let's now proceed. The CSR and social work. As displayed in our screen, while CSR provides the what to corporate resources, to social good, that is the what, no? The social work provides the how and why. So pinapakita ng CSR na mayroon tayong mga iba't ibang responsibilidad. Meron tayong pyramid of corporate social responsibilities. It provides us the what, correct? Nakakasunod po tayo. We have the triple bottom line approach for sustainability, correct? So, now, it is the social work that provides on how to do it and why to do it. It offers us the ethical compass and a practical toolkit to ensure that CSR initiatives are effective, meaningful, and just. No? So parang kung ang kumpanya ay gustong pumunta sa komunidad, ang social worker ang magsisilbi sa kanilang uh, gagawa ng tulay para sa kanila. No? Ang social worker ang gagawa ng tulay para makausap ng kumpanya ang komunidad na ito. No? Kasi ang social worker, by its ethics, principles, and values, no, we understand the terrain. Naiintindihan natin yung papaano pumunta roon. No? Kasi ini-involve natin ang community sa pag-design ng access na yan. At sisiguraduhin natin na ang paglapit sa komunidad na yon ay matibay, accessible, at lalapit talaga sa mga taong nangangailangan. So the synergy of these both concepts, the CSR and social work, is anchored to the core values of the social work profession, which we mentioned last discussion. Now, let's explore how these values provide a framework for impactful CSR. Paano to nagkakaroon ng magandang framework? Ang social work values and principles. No? So sa lesson po na ito, dalawang bagay po. No? Titignan natin yung social work principle ng idea na yon at i-connect natin sa CSR. Okay po ba sa inyo? Nandyan po ba kayo? Okay, sige po, let's proceed. Number one, the importance of service. The social work principle the primary goal of social workers is to help people in need, and not just individually, but also to address the societal problem. No? So, this value means service to others above self. Parang Rotary lang. No? Service to others above self. And how are we going to connect this to the CSR concept? This principle is actually the very heart of CSR. No? It reframes the corporate giving just a simple act of charity to a fundamental duty to serve the society, not just to give. No, a company guided by this value does not just write a check. No, parang ibibigay lang niya. Pero ano ang gusto niyang gawin pag service ang prinsipyo? Gusto niyang intindihin, talagang i-address yung talagang tunay na pangangailangan ng komunidad, hindi lang basta sulat ng cheque at ibigay, no? Pwedeng volunteering 'yan at mag-develop ng affordable product o mag-share ng expertise to solve the problem. So that's number one, mga ma'am and sir, service. Number two is social justice. We social workers, very tayo dito, active tayo dito. Challenging the social injustice. We pursue social change, particularly with and on behalf of the vulnerable and oppressed individuals and groups. No? Kumbaga tayo ay nag-advocate sa kanila. Pag sinabing with and on behalf is advocacy, the role of advocacy. Now, how are we going to connect this to CSR, the social justice principle of social work? This value now pushes CSR beyond feel-good project. Kumbaga nagbigay ka lang just to feel good at maramdaman mo na mabuti at maganda ang ginawa mo. Nakatulong ka, masarap sa pakiramdam ang makatulong. Totoo yun, lagi nating naririnig yon sa maraming pagkakataon. Pero the social work concept social work values go beyond feel good project. Nakakasunod po tayo, no? Maganda po yon, nakakaramdam tayo ng maganda at mabuti pag nakakatulong tayo sa kapwa. But in the sense, in considering social justice principle, we do not just want to feel good, but to really tackle the root cause of that problem. Ano ba talaga yung pinakadulot, punot-dulot, ugat ng problema yan? No? Sabi po dyan sa second sentence, a corporation committed to social justice may not only donate a food bank, hindi ka lang papakain, feeding program, but also to advocate for policies to address bakit walang pagkain dyan. Diba? Bakit sa mga hiring practices natin dapat wala tayong systemic discrimination? Anong problema? Bakit hindi sila kasama sa supply chain? Bakit minsan may mga labor problem sila? Hindi sila nakaka-share. Parang nangyari doon sa pinatubo problem. No? Hindi sila nakaka-share doon sa kanilang environmental fee na binibigay ng LGU, pinapabayad sa LGU. Ang ginawa ng mga indigenous people doon, sinara nila yung daan papunta sa pinatubo. Something like that. No? It means using the corporate power and influence to dismantle this buyer. So number one is service. Number two is social justice. Number three, principle of social work in connection to CSR is the dignity and worth of the person. We believe that every person, this is the ultimate principle of social work. We respect the inherent dignity and worth of all person. We believe that the inherent worth and dignity of all mankind pa nga yan. Salitang yan. Ibig sabihin ng inherent, nasa loob. Ano man ang kalagayan, ano man ang nangyari, inherent hindi pwedeng alisin sa kanya. Ano man ang maging kalagayan, ano man ang maging problema, saan man siya mapunta sa estado ng buhay, pag sinabi po nating inherent worth and dignity, nandoon po at hindi po pwedeng alisin ng kahit anong sirkumstansya. Nakakasunod po tayo sa ibig sabihin ng inherent. No? Yan po ang ating philosophy, philosophy of the social work profession. No? We believe to the inherent worth and dignity of all mankind. No? So we treat each individual in a caring and respectful fashion or manner, regardless of what situation, regardless of what social strata the person is in, regardless to the situation of the person, whether he is the offender, or the victim. That is the belief to the inherent worth and dignity of the person. Sabi nga namin nung nasa center pa ako, ang mga batang yan, sabi nung aming center head, yung mga batang yan na nandito sa atin, may marami sa kanila, ayaw na sila ng pamilya nila. Marami sa kanila, ayaw na sila ng barangay nila. Marami sa kanila, ayaw na ng community sa kanila. Kaya sino ang inaasahan nating huling maniniwala sa tao na yan at magbibigay ng pag-asa dyan sa kabila ng mga nangyari sa kanya? Ang social worker, ang huli na maniniwala sa kanya. The social workers is the last bastion of hope. No, the social workers is the final defense of trust doon sa inherent dignity and worth of every person. Isn't that beautiful, di ba? Isn't that good to hear? Amen. Di ba? The social workers is the last bastion of hope in this world. Wala nang naniniwala sa kanya, pero ikaw pa ring social worker, ang huling taong maniniwala at maninindigan sa taong yan. Dahil you believe, whatever the situation of the person, every individual has an inherent dignity and worth. Amen po ba ron, mga kapatid? Para tayo nag-sermon ha. Agree po ba kayo sa akin doon? O hindi kayo nag-agree? Okay, agree naman. Agree naman pala sila. Okay. Kaya dyan tayo napupulaan, dyan tayo na may misunderstood. Akala nila tayo ay mga konsentidor. Pero hindi na nila naunawaan yung ating isang filosofiya na alam natin may victim, alam natin may problema. Pero the inherent worth and dignity of the person, balance yan. Sa lahat ng tao yan, hindi lang naman para sa hindi lang naman para dun sa kabila, kundi para sa kabila rin. Connection to CSR. This value dictates how company engage with people. Paano mag-engage sa tao ang kumpanya? Paano niya itatrato yung kanyang mga empleyado? Paano niya babayaran ng sahod? Paano niya ba gagawa ng inclusive workplace? Paano niya tatratuhin ng may respeto? Kung sa komunidad, paano niya i-involve yung community sa mga project rather than siya ang mag-i-impose ng solusyon, Sisiguraduhin ng kumpanya na bawat stakeholder, simula sa pinakamababa sa factory worker hanggang doon sa customer, ay involved at valued sila. Yan po ang number 3. Pinakamabigat, pinakamalaki, ngunit pinakamaganda na philosophy ng social work profession. The belief to the inherent worth and dignity of the person. Number 4, the importance of human relationship. As social work principle, we social workers recognize the centrality of this thing, that we develop a genuine and authentic relationship among people. Relationship is vital vehicle for change. If the person has no greater relationship or good authentic relationship to each other, wala pong magaganap. Baka po magsiraan lang yan. May magandang ang proyekto na pinopropose yung isa, pero ayaw naman ng isa kasi kinokontra niya kasi hindi sila magkasundo. Hindi good ang relationship nila, may tampuan sila. Kaya nangyayari, kontrahan na lang sila. Correct? Nakakasunod po tayo. Ang dami po minsan mga Pilipino magagaling eh. Ang daming Pilipinong magagaling, ang daming taong mga matatalino, ang daming Pilipinong magagaling. Pero bakit minsan walang nangyayari? Kasi hindi sila mga bati. Hindi sila nagkakasundo, no? Meron silang mga ungusan sa sarili nila. May ugali pa man din tayong Pilipino ng mga may crab mentality pa man din tayo. No? Ayaw natin minsan na nahihigitan ng iba. Kaya ang gagawin natin, ihilahin natin sila pababa. Correct? Ang tanong, sino po kayo sa crab na yon? Crab na nanghila o yung crab na hinila? No? Alam nyo, ito yung isa sa principle ng social work. We build relationship first before we compete, before we achieve the goals. No? Ito kasi nakakalimutan eh. At ito dapat yung binibigyan natin ng pansin, lalong-lalo na sa mga workplaces natin, kung saan man po kayo. No? Yung the development first of the human relationship. Because we believe if people has good, authentic relationship to each other, this is a vital vehicle for change. Marami tayong magagawa pag maganda ang relasyon natin, tulad ng lagi kong sinasabi po, no? Marami tayong magagawa kung maganda ang relasyon, kahit bata magagawa. Pag maganda ang relasyon, kahit buhay. Di ba? Alam niyo yun, although joke lang po yung sinasabi ko. Pero tignan po niyo yung beauty nun. Pag magandang relasyon, maganda ang samahan, nag-iibigan, nakakagawa ng buhay. Di ba? Nakakasunod po kayo sa gusto kong sabihin. Iba na lang iba na lang pag yung mga ibang bagay. Pero, nag-agree po ba kayo sa akin doon? No? Kahit buhay nakakagawa eh. Pag maganda relasyon eh, di ba? Do you agree with that? Doon sa aking analysis ko, di ba? Akin lang naman po yun. Kasi doon ko nakikita yung the value, the importance of human relationship. Ang ganda pag may mabubuting samahan. Kaya natin gawin lahat pag maganda yung samahan natin. Di ba, no? Sana tayo yung mga grupong magaganda ang samahan, ano? Kasi mga social worker tayo. We know how to value relationships. Supposed to be, dapat tayo yung grupo ng profesyon na maganda ang samahan, ano? Tayo yung grupo ng tao na maganda samahan. Tayo yung department na maayos ang samahan. Sana ganun. Kasi we know how human relationship is vital to achieve the organizational goals. Di ba po? No? Do you agree with me? Sana magkaroon ng ganitong klaseng prinsipyo. At marinig ito ng mga social workers sa paligid. Okay. Connection to CSR. So effective CSR is not just transactional, it's relational. No? Napaliwanag po natin nung last discussion yan. It emphasizes long-term and trust-based partnership with people. The social workers, we have the expertise of how to facilitate and community organize should force these alliances. This relationship ensure that CSR initiatives are sustainable and culturally competent. Number 5 is integrity. So the social workers behave in a trustworthy manner. We are continually aware with our mission of the profession, our ethical standard, and our practice in a manner consistent with them. In connection to CSR, this value is the antidote to greenwashing or washing. Ito po yung gamot dito sa greenwashing na ito. Na hindi lang ang CSR ay isang public relations pampaganda ng image. Pero ang integrity, dinedemand niyan yung totoo at talagang kasama sa operation ng kumpanya ito. It will now require transparency and accountability and genuine commitment to the goals. So, ibig sabihin lang ng integrity, sa madalit sabi, is walking the talk or walk the talk. So, that is the 5 values that relates to the corporate social responsibility. That's service, social justice, dignity and worth of persons, importance of human relationship, and integrity. So let's move forward to another cluster that we need to learn in this subject or in this lesson is CSR addressing social issues. Now we establish the values of CSR and social work where shared values are in. Now, ano yung pwedeng gawin ng CSR initiative para ma-address ang mga different social issues na ito? At yung good intention na to, yung good values na ito, yung shared values na ito, ay matransform into tangible actions. Hindi lang basta salita, kundi matransform ito sa isang proyekto na nakikita, nahahawakan para makagawa talaga ito ng pagbabago o ng impact sa bawat tao. Number 1. Nandiyan po ba kayo? Okay pa kayo dyan, mga ma'am, sir? Okay, sige po. Number 1 is poverty alleviation. Ito po ang unang bagay na maaaring makapagambag ang mga kumpanya, ang mga CSR, na hindi man siguro natin matatapos ang kahirapan, pero maiaangat natin, sabi nga ng flagship program natin, maitatawid natin ang mga tao. Poverty is a complex and multifaceted issue. So maraming complex siya, maraming pasikot-sikot siya. Pero ang kumpanya pwede siyang makatulong dyan. Ano po? Sa anong mga bagay? Number 1 is job creation and skills training. Makapag-develop ng mga job appropriate sa mga tao. Number 2 is support micro-enterprise and social businesses. Suportahan yung mga maliliit na kumpanya, lalo na sa mga supplies, sa mga pagbibigay ng mga raw materials to convert it to usable materials sa mga companies. Pwedeng kumuha sila sa maliliit na businesses instead sa mga corporation. At pwede rin sila makapagbigay ng affordable housing at healthcare, yung HMO program, at pabahay dun sa kanilang mga empleyado. That's number 1. Poverty alleviation. Number 2 is education and employment. We know that education is a powerful tool to empower people and to enhance social mobility. Ibig sabihin, maging functional ang society. No? So the businesses can contribute to develop these people, to the human development, no? To CSR initiative. And according to our Philippine Constitution, the largest budget dapat ng ating national budget ay education. So number 1, ano ang pwede silang makapagambag dyan? Scholarship and educational grants. Kadalasan, marami tayong mga CSR na ganyan, excuse me. Support for schools and educational institutions. Magbigay tayo ng suporta sa mga paaralan. At number 3, early childhood development programs. Yan yung mga naglalagay ng child minding center, child development center, mga pa doon sa kanilang mga kumpanya. So that's number 2. Number 1 is to alleviate poverty. Number 2 is for education and development. Number 3, the companies can also contribute in health and well-being. So promoting health and well-being is essential to the communities. No, business can contribute to the physical, not only physical, but also mental health in different CSR initiatives. Number 1 is the access to the healthcare services. Number 2, healthcare promotion and disease prevention program. And number 3, the mental health support, especially to their employees. And lastly, number 4 is the environmental justice. No? Ibig sabihin po, regardless of the race, color, origin, and income, dapat po involve ang lahat. No? Tapos po, ganun din ang development, implementation, at enforcement ng mga environmental laws. No? Dapat involve po ang businesses dyan. So number 1, paano po sila makakatulong? Is to address environmental inequalities, especially to indigenous people. Number 2 is to promote the sustainable practices in giving consideration to sustainability of the environment and supporting the community-led environmental initiative. So that is the 4 tangible aspects where the CSR can help. No, number 1 is to alleviate poverty, education and development, health and well-being, and the environment. So for our conclusion, this is the lesson that we had today is the synergy of CSR and social work, that the businesses should transcend profit-driven motives and become the agent of positive social change to the communities. So the CSR must recognize the expertise of social work professionals in this field, no? And you, students of CSR, should grasp the potential for business to address the societal challenges such as poverty, environmental degradation, inequality, and access to healthcare. Through activities like project development and management and analysis, they've experienced on how theoretical concept to translate in this action. Kaya napakahalaga na magkaroon ng shared values ang CSR and social work. Pahalagahan ng CSR ang social work profession. Bigyan ito ng panahon. Ilagay mga social worker sa loob ng CSR. So, for our discussion question number 1. Sagot kayo ha. Considering the various social issues discussed, which issue do you believe that businesses can have the most impact on and why? Sa palagay niyo po, doon sa 4 na social issues na pwedeng makaambag ang mga businesses, ano po sa palagay niyo yung pinaka-significant dyan at bakit? Sige po. Sa palagay niyo po. sabi ni Sir McLean ay education. Bakit kaya, Sir Mac? Palagay niyo po, bakit? Sige po, unahin po natin si Ma'am Job. Ma'am Job. And then next po si Sir Froilan.
Yes, sir. Sir, yung sa education, yung sa company, di ba, lahat naman ng company nagbibigay sila ng mga seminars, para doon sa continuity nung skills and knowledge po ng bawat staff nila. Halimbawa, may mga bagong trend or may mga bagong ah knowledge na kailangang input sa mga staff nila para mas mag-grow. Yun, nagbibigay sila ng mga ano, ng mga free trainings or seminars sa mga staff.
So do you think, ma'am, ang education ba yung pinaka-significant na gawin ng isang business, ma'am? Sa apat? Ma'am Job? Sa palagay mo, yan
Sa
ang
tingin ko, sir,
pinaka-significant?
unahin niyo muna, sir, yung ano.
Sa palagay mo, sir, yan ba ang
Ah,
significant, ma'am, sa apat na gawin ng business?
actually, sir, ano sa tingin ko lang ano yung health eh.
Health. Bakit, ma'am?
Kaya kasi 'di ba, oo, yung health. Kasi 'di ba, kung maraming empleyado nagkakasakit, babagsak yung kumpanya kasi yung manpower malilesen eh.
Mhm.
So yun po, mas bibigyan nila talaga ng ano, ng significance pagdating po dun sa health ng bawat empleyado. Kaya nagbibigay din sila ng mga HMO halimbawa, yun po.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am Job. Sir Froilan, ano po sa palagay nyo ang mas significant na social issue na pwedeng i-address ng businesses at bakit, Sir Froilan?
Sa para sa'kin sir ay yung education.
Education. Bakit, sir?
Kasi dapat, naka-invest sila sa education kasi ito yung magiging, legacy nila. Like kaya nga yung mga ibang companies ay i-sponsor ng mga education para nang sa gano'n, ito yung investment nila. Sooner or later, iha-hire nila itong mga ito nang sa gano'n ay, makatulong din sa pamilya. Kasi once you give good education, it could elev stop the, uh, poverty, and then they can afford, good health,
Mhm. Kasi nakakakain na
services.
sila ng maayos.
And then, if you educate the people, they'll be responsible on taking care of the environment.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Salamat, sir. Yes, salamat, sir. And Kuya Mac, Kuya Mac, sa iyo po. Ano po sa palagay
Yes,
niyo
sir.
ang
Dinig po ba ako,
pinaka-significant?
sir?
Yes, sir.
Actually, sir, same idea nung kay Sir Froilan. Education nga, ayun po. Kasi it's a win-win situation, sir, if corporations will invest to people na na mag-aral sila. At the end, yun nga, kamukha na sinabi ni Sir Froilan, they can hire those na pinag-aral nila. So, they have not just helped that specific person, but they have also helped the whole family, and sooner or later can help the community in providing education po.
Thank you, Sir Mac, Sir Froilan, Ma'am Job. Sino ba po ang pwedeng gusto mag-share ng kanyang thoughts? Wala ho bang magsasabi ng poverty or environment as one of the most significant uh, social issue that the businesses should prioritize? Going once? Sold. Sold na si Sir Mac. Okay, number two. Discussion question number two. How can social workers effectively collaborate with corporation to ensure that CSR initiatives are genuinely addressing the needs of the community, not just serving a public relation tool? What potential challenges might arise in this collaboration? Sa palagay niyo po, paano tayo effectively makikipag-collaborate? sa mga corporation. Hindi lang basta-basta public relation tool ang CSR. Anyone? Any two? Any three? Sir Froilan? Yes, sir. Take it away.
Ah, ang potential challenges na may arise diyan, sir, kasi ang mostly ang mga businessman, they are capitalists. So,
Mhm.
yung um, gain nila ang magiging priority nila when it comes on collaboration with these corporations. Kasi yun naman ang dahilan kung bakit sila they put up the
Business.
corporation. It's the profit itself. Yung bang kailangan mas marami yung percentage na mag-gain nila, lesser ang kanilang responsibility to the community.
Mhm. So, paano mo, sir, effectively ma-communicate yun na maparealize mo? Sa paraan mo lang naman,
Bilang
sir.
worker, magkakaroon ka ng data gathering regarding doon sa need ng community. And then, doon mo ipe-present, ilalabi sa kanila na ito dapat ang need ng community. Like for instance, kung ito ay kailangan ng priority ang tubig kasi basically ay ito ay farming community and everything and so on. So dapat ay ma-address ay maibigay sa kanila yung priority na need noong community
Yes,
by
sir.
data gathering.
Yes, sir. Salamat. May tama kang data, no? Para mabigay mo ang pangangailangan. Ano ba po? Meron pa po bang ibang idea bukod dun sa na share ni sir? Ang iba nating mga kasamahan? Going once? Sold. Sold na si Sir Proylan sa ating bidding. And last question for tonight. In a world with limited resources, how should businesses balance their responsibility to shareholders or profit with their responsibility to the society? Where do you see the line between ethical business practice and philanthropic endeavors? Paano niyo po sa palagay niyo nakikita yung balance niyan? Paano po mababalanse ng kumpanya ang profit at CSR? Meron ho ba natatanggapin ang challenge ng discussion question number 3? How do you see, no? How should the business balance these two things? Their profit and their CSR. Where do you see the line between the ethical business practice and the philanthropic endeavors? Ito po ay si Sir Eric Valdez. Sir Eric, take it away.
Try lang, sir.
Sige lang, sir.
Siguro makikita natin 'to, sir, dun sa impact ng CSR ng isang company. Halimbawa na lang, sir, dun sa may partner kasi ang DSWD dito sa Clark, yung La Rosma Foundation.
The Roswa, yes, sir.
So, yes, sir. Nagbibigay sila ng mga skills training sa mga priority nila, yung mga pantawid beneficiary na bata. Mga high school graduate na out of school youth, yung mga hindi na nag-college. So ayun, makikita natin doon na sa halip na sila ay mga nagtumambay lang or nagtrabaho na agad, napasok sila dun sa CSR ng isang foundation na yon. At maraming natutulungan. Talagang nabigyan ng skills sila, natulungan din humanap ng trabaho. Yun po.
Okay. Sir, sa palagay mo, Sir Eric, paano mababalanse ng kumpanya ngayon na yung kanilang responsibilidad para kumita at yung responsibilidad nila sa lipunan, sir? Paano nila mababalanse yun, Sir Eric? Palagay mo lang, sir. Palagay mo lang, sir.
Siguro sir yung
Kasi sir, syempre, 'di ba, dapat kikita rin sila, 'di ba? Kasi business nga sila. So, palagay mo, sir, paano
yes
nila
sir.
yun mababalanse? Palagay mo lang, sir.
Kasi yung kasing ano sir, yung example ko na yun, yung mga scholar nila na bata, nag-OJT sila dun sa mga hotel din na parang
Mhm.
partner din nung La Rose Noir na ano, na factory, parang ano kasi po siya eh, chocolate factory, gano'n yung mga bread and pastries. So, siguro dahil dun sa may ginagawa nilang CSR, lalo silang makikilala tsaka yung mga product nila through
Okay.
dun sa mga scholars nila.
Okay. Yes, sir, gets. Okay. Thank you, Sir Eric. Salamat po, Sir Eric. Ma'am Job, take it away.
Sir, katulad po ng mga non-government organization po natin like Red Cross, sila kasi sir 'di ba, non-profit sila. So
Yes.
gumagawa sila ng way kung paano ba sila, kahit papaano, magagawa nila mababalance nila, makakapag-serve sila sa community and at the same time gain sila ng, fund para mabigyan ng, ah oo, yung, kanilang mga program. Halimbawa, meron silang parang insurance 'no, na eto 'pag in-avail mo, eto yung package na 'to.
Yes.
So, yung dun sa package na yun meron na nakakatulong na sila doon sa
Tao.
individual, sa community. Tapos, kumikita pa din sila doon sa insurance na nilaunch nila. And at the same time, yung mga bloodletting nila, sir, no? Doon sa bloodletting nila, nakakatulong sila doon sa iba na nangangailangan ng dugo. Diba sabi nga, dugo ko buhay mo, program nila, na project nila. So yung mga nag-donate ng dugo na sa kanila, ang ginagawa nila is nilalagay nila sa blood bank, no? Tapos yun, pag kami nangailangan, bibilin yung dugo sa kanila, yung mga pumapasok na pondo sa kanila, yun din yung ginagamit nila para makapag-reach out sa iba pa na nangangailangan sa community. Ganun po.
So, kumbaga, give and take, ano, ma'am? Nakatulong ka na.
Yes, sir.
Nag-gen-
Para balanse lang yung ano nila, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ma'am Job. Si Ma'am Kat, are you still raising your hand, Ma'am Kat? Ma'am Kat, Sir Froilan, and then Ma'am Bella.
Hello, hello sir, good
Yes, sir,
evening
Kat.
po.
Yes, Ma'am Kat.
Hello sir, since business nga po yung ano nila. No? So, ang main goal pa rin po sila is magkaroon ng profit. So, parang sa tingin ko po kailangan meron or ang ginagawa po nila magkaroon ng guidelines, ng agreement, kung ano lang yung pwede nilang ibigay or ano yung pwede din nilang maging dun sa magiging project nila. Like for example po, no, sa SM po kasi parang, hindi ko lang po sure kung hanggang ngayon meron. Meron po silang kabalikan sa kabuhayan. Wherein, ang partners po nila is mga farmers. Kung saan nagpo-provide po sila ng support sa mga farmers. Pero yung mga crops po nila, yun naman po yung binibili nila para sa, let's sa supermarket po. So, parang ganun po siya. Mayroon po sila agreement, may guidelines, and ano po yung pwede lang maging at pwede nilang ma-support po sa mga farmers.
Ma'am Kat, salamat. Sunod po natin si Sir Froilan and then Ma'am Bell. Ma'am Bell, yeah.
Sir, yung ethical business practice and philanthropic endeavors. Kasi may mga company na talagang, for instance, nababalanse niya yung philanthropic endeavors. Like yung pag-hire ng mga senior citizen as workers in the fast food chains kasi. So, yung idea na yon ay isa sa mga, para sa akin, sir,
Mm-hmm.
isang trailblazing na CSR para nang sa ganun ay nakikita pa rin yung worth ng mga senior citizen na capable sila ng work at the same time ay na-a-advertise yung company na they are parang may empathy sila sa ganitong sector. So,
Mhm.
yung ganong exercise ay magandang idea yan, sir.
Yes, sir, salamat sa isang magandang example. Ma'am Bella? Ma'am Bella?
May example po ako dito sa ano, yung madodraw mo yung line between ethical business practice sa may philanthropic endeavors. Yung pinagtrabahuhan ko po kasi dati na NGO, bali ang pinagmulan niya sa ASCII, microfinance institution siya. Ang pinagmulan po talaga ay microfinance.
Mhm.
Pero at the same time, nung kumikita na po sila dahil kailangan nila magbalik sa may community, naggawa sila ng isa pang unit, yun pong foundation. So kapag po may kinikita, part ng kinikita nila, binabalik nila sa community. Pero
Yes.
hindi rin po kasi ganun kalaki yung kinikita, kaya meron po dito sa may unang tanong with limited resources, paano pong mababalansin ng
Yes.
mga corporation. Ang
Yes.
ginagawa rin po nila, sumasali po si foundation sa mga nagbibigay ng grant international.
Okay.
So para po ma-sustain, kailangan pa rin na merong ASCII microfinance para may regular po na pinagkukunan
Uh,
yung pagbalik sa may community.
at the
Pero
same
aside
time,
po doon, gumagawa pa sila ng ibang paraan na sinasali nila sa mga grant giving
yes.
institution. Yun po, sir.
Yes. Thank you very much, Ma'am Bella, for sharing that, no? And yan din po yung thoughts ko. How would this businesses balance their profit in CSR? For me, one word, budgeting. Di ba? Mag-allot sila ng budget na hindi naman sila malugi at makapagbibigay pa sila. No? At maganda rin yung idea ni Sir na win-win. No? The company is gaining, no, helping people at the same time, another workforce, at the same time, good marketing. So, dapat may impact dun sa tao. So, yun lamang po. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikisama sa ating rich discussion. This is our last lesson for the midterm examination. Lesson 5, the intersection of CSR and social work. This is already uploaded in your G Classroom, lesson 1 to 5. So if you have any more questions and clarifications or access problem, please don't hesitate to PM me. No? And every lesson is now uploaded in your Google Classroom. Our examination will be on Saturday. The schedule will be posted. So my examination is multiple choice, 50 items only, no? And I hope ma-perfect nyo na po yan, no? Ang ating exam. Okay?